Well, we all know that divorce is painful for kids, but now a new study shows it can also hurt their chances of paying for college. That's right. Here to explain is Vikki Ziegler, a family law attorney and an adjunct professor at Fordham Law School. Vikki, great to see you again.
Too.
I want to share some numbers here. Parents' contribution to college costs and what happens after the divorce. If you're married, parents' contribution is typically 77% to kids' college costs. But if you're divorced, it's only 42%. Very big difference. Now, it's easy to see why that might be the case, but is that something that people think about when they're getting divorced?
No, I think it's probably the last issue that really parents think about when they're getting divorced. It's one of those things that's extra savings. And most people now, when you have one household becoming two, you have more expenses that you never anticipated. And then all of a sudden you say, wait a second, we still have to put money aside for college. Maybe we have taxes, maybe we have legal fees that we still have to pay for. And it really becomes overwhelming for people to really put those college monies aside.
Let's talk about just the cost of divorce for just a second, because I don't think people realize how much money you have to pay just get divorced. What is the typical cost that families face?
I mean, it could run from $10,000. That's a settled case. That if you come to my office and you say, we have a deal, all we need you to do is file a complaint for divorce and draft it. 9 out of 10 times not happening. 50, 100. I've had $1 million in legal fees.
I know somebody who paid $1 million to get divorced.
Sure, high profile. I mean, it's ridiculous, and that means you can't agree that it's raining or sunny outside, and that's unfortunate because we make money, but we take and dwindle your estate.
Well, you know, what we talk about all the time is the emotional impact on the kids, but the financial impact so much bigger.
I mean, the pressure for a child to know that they may not be able to go to that dream school because their parents have gotten divorced and really can't afford to put their money away, earmark it for college, that 529 plan. It's devastating. Emotionally, when you go through a divorce, it's acrimonious as it is. Knowing that your future may be jeopardized is devastating.
All right, so we've talked about the problem. We know all about the problem. How do you solve it? I mean, short answer, pick somebody you can really stay with, don't get a divorce. But barring that, what do you do?
Well, when you know you are going to be getting divorced, really making sure that each party is going to put away a set amount per month for each child for college, earmarking it, not saying
if
it's mine.
If they're both working and they have income.
Right, if they do. Then maybe making an incentive for a child to say, listen, I'm going to work. Mom and Dad, can you match what I earn and put it away for me for college? Or think about going to a state school and maybe getting those grants, scholarship, aid, and loans that will help defray those costs for the parents for college.
But at the end of the day, you may have to make a tough call and say, okay, not Harvard, not Ivy League, we're going to do something else.
Yeah, in New Jersey, they have something called the Rutgers Rule, and it's really about going to a state school. Can the parents really afford something along those lines? And that's pretty much across the country when people say state schools are more reasonable than private schools.
All right. You've been through a lot of this. You've seen it over and over again. What's your last bit of advice for folks out there who are in this situation, who maybe have kids who are starting college next year?
Yeah, you know what? Really taking into consideration your budget. You really want to make sure if you can reduce expenses, do it. Make sure you're putting the money away in a smart place. Get a financial advisor to give you advice so the money grows and your children do have some money for college.
Sad situation, but you made the best of a sad situation. We appreciate it. Vikki, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with my 2 cents more and the results of our online poll. Stay with us.